Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Sorry, again, as usual, we get chatting behind the scenes. So let us know in the comments, what are you reading? What are you doing? How was your day? What are you having for dinner? Because frankly, I need ideas. So let me know. So we'll start with you guys. What are you all reading? Tiffany, what are you finishing off the month with?
Oh my gosh, I have a bunch of books going. So I'm reading Goats Just Want to Have Fun.
I love that title.
Just the second book in the Zen Goat series, which I'm loving. And then I'm reading the second book in the Pacific Northwest by Kate Dyer Seeley, which is Ellie Alexander. Mm-hmm. But it's one of her beginning series before she took the pen name. And it's this woman works for an outdoor magazine, but she lied because she just really needed a job and she does nothing outdoors. And so it's hilarious. But it
reminds me of a Hallmark movie. A Hallmark movie kind of like that.
Oh, but this is the second in the series and it's still, a cozy mystery. So, and then I have, what else do I have going? I have something else going. Oh, a Retirement Homes or Murder, which is the first book, although I've read books 2 and 3 in the series. Sorry, Storm, cover your ears. And I don't remember what the series is called, but it's about a guy who has short-term amnesia. So he can't remember anything from the day before. He can remember long-term, but no short-term. And so but he's the main character. And so the cops will question him and he'll be like, I don't remember. And then they always think he's guilty. But it's very, very good. I enjoyed 2 and 3. And then I think I also have a romance book going. And apparently I'm going to read Paperback Crush for Old School April, which I'm very excited about because I read those when I'm very, very excited.
Right. I have a physical copy somewhere in the book room. I need to find it because I really would like to read it too. That would be my one dip into Old School April.
Yeah.
Well, plus the fact I'm reading Sweet Valley Twins the whole month, so that's fun too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
What are you reading, Lee?
Well, for my Old School April, I will be getting a lot of Babysitter's Club in because, it's how it goes. I will probably be editing during the first sprint, and the book I'm reading, no plans of finishing it tonight anyway, I'm only 18% in, is Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams.
Yay! Oh, did you read the first 2?
No.
She's like, it's a series?
Yeah, I'm like, there is more than this.
Yeah, so it's the Rome series, third book in the When in Rome series. So the first
so they keep saying, Rome, so yeah.
Yeah, the first book is When in Rome.
It's more of a companion series, I think. Like I say about contemporary romance, I think you can jump around a little bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay. For sure. I mean, the only thing that's going to happen that you all know about is there's again 2 other couples that are already together.
Better together.
But like, you'll be fine, Okay.
Yeah, so far I'm liking it. So
cover your Storm. Talking about series out of order.
No, I didn't know.
Well, some of those contemporary romances don't do a good job with knowing that it's part of a series. I've done that so many times.
Well, just a bunch of people recommended it, so I was like, I didn't they didn't say a series; they just said this book. So,
and when you look at the cover, it doesn't say,
it doesn't say on the side, doesn't say it anywhere.
Yeah,
I've done it many times with those.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little disappointed to realize this wasn't like Rome, Italy. That it was
Rome, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Well, and in the first book, that's kind of the joke is the girl is a pop star and wants to get away. And she's like, I can't go to Rome, Italy. So I'm going to go to the first Rome on the map. And it ends up being Rome, Kentucky.
So they did mention this girl, the pop star, that's with the guy. So I guess they were one of the other couples. Okay.
The first one. Yeah.
Okay. What you got, Storm?
Nothing.
Unbelievable.
She has no books reading at all currently.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so I finished 2 books today.
Yay!
Wow!
So I finished The Secret Detective Agency by Helena Dixon, and I finished Small Favors by Jim Butcher.
Nice.
And since I'm not even really halfway through Rebecca yet, I just wanted to roll it over for Old School April because I could get points.
Oh, it's old school.
Yeah, because it counts like as a vintage book, and like there's some point you can get points for it. And one of my teammates is like, "Girl, just wait until we get to Old School April." And I'm kind of tired of reading today anyway, and so I think I gotta make since technically the Secret Detective Agency was an e-arc, so it was a NetGalley book. So I need to write a NetGalley thingy,
Okay.
and so I work on that. And then I thought I would just kind of work on my wrap up, like get it all sorted out and stuff,
Mhm.
and just not read.
Yeah, I bet your eyes are
Yeah.
tired.
Good for
I
you.
edited 2 videos, and so yeah, so
Oh well, heck, you are on it today, Storm.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Sarah?
I started it last night. I'm now 20% of the way through Hearse and Buggy by Laura Bradford.
Yay!
I'm liking it. I'm disappointed that only the first 3 books are on audio.
mm-mm.
Mm.
So I'm like, okay. But anyway, I don't know
Well,
how much.
if you like it well enough, then you can probably continue, because that's what I did. I had to.
Oh, it won't bother me to read it as an ebook. It's just like,
Yeah.
for some reason, I'm in the mind of if I start a series in a
Yeah.
certain format, I want to finish it in that
I
format.
do. I'm that way too.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I'm
so-
kind of that way too. Well, that's why I told her with like the Karina Moss one. I was like, you might lose me after book 3 because only 3 books are on audio.
Mhm.
And I'm like, it depends on if I'm liking it enough. If I'll
Yeah.
want to like actually read the books.
I mean, I have the ebook out from the library as well because I did flip back and forth a little bit today.
Yeah.
But so, and I tend to do that anyway. Like, I don't straight listen to an
Yeah.
audiobook or straight. A lot of times, if I have both, when it's convenient for me. So
I used to be super, super strict about that. Like if I started it on audio, I had to finish it on audio. If I started it in print, it had to be print. But nowadays I'm like, you know what? I don't care as long as I consume it somehow.
100%. As long as you're reading it, you're reading it. That's as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I am enjoying because I want to knit some more on my little mini sock, or socks.
You're adorable.
Thank you. I love them so much.
They are.
I'm like, I don't want to give them away. I know they're for charity, but I want to keep them. My whole tree would be covered in them.
That would actually be cute. You should do a little itty bitty tree like that, just of the socks.
Well, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the thing, but my husband was saying, like, every time I knit myself a pair of socks, I need to knit a mini pair to hang on the tree.
Yeah. There you
So
go.
then I will have like a collection of my own socks in mini version.
Okay,
Yeah, because that would be good. Because like when like you said, sometimes the
They
socks
wear
get
out.
holes in them, they wear out, and you have
Yep.
to throw them away.
I
You have a
have-
little memory of the sock you made,
I have so
because you
many
might
pairs
not
of
be able to
socks.
get that yarn ever again. Or
No,
something
you
like
can't,
that.
and that's the problem because most of the yarn that I have is independently dyed,
Right.
Yeah.
and a lot of the dyers don't work anymore. I had a pair. One of my first pairs I ever knit was Cal candy corn, so it's striped in the yellow and the gold. You know what I mean, like candy corn. I had those. I have a pair that I still have, but they have a hole in them. I'm going to get my aunt to try and darn them for me. And they were ones that she colored for me because it was a contest to do a book cover. So you had to like submit a book cover, and I submitted a book cover, and she dyed a yarn based on that book cover and then
Oh,
sold it. So
I feel like I remember you talking about that.
yeah, it was something Romeo by Lisa Raven. Romeo something by Lisa Raven. It's a YA novel. It was out like we're going back 6-7 years ago. But it was like a really bright purple and red and pink cover. It was really cool. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what I'm reading. I'm listening to that. And I still do have the Ozarks Missing Person, but I think I'm going to save that. I've got 5 chapters left. I think I'm going to take it with me tomorrow, and I'll read it in the Uber and stuff on the way to the hospital, and then while I'm waiting for my procedure. So,
There you go.
but yeah. But anyway, that is it. So let's jump into the comments. Hello, Pat. Thank you, Pat, for becoming a member again. She's. I'm gonna have to, but then I'm gonna rejoin.
Yeah, I've had some of those too. Yeah.
I'm like, it happens. You don't have to explain it to me, sweetie. Mary Jo. Hi, Mary Jo. Hello, everyone, and happy Monday. Tonight I'm reading The House of Cross by James Patterson. It's an Alex Cross thriller book. I love the Alex Cross books. Those are fantastic. Oh, I just remembered something. I have to show you guys. My mom bought me a present. Kind of a belated birthday present. She got me one of those online where you create.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Oh.
all 3 of the cats. It's like an insulated mug, but I said I'm going to use it for water. Like she said, you could get one that had a handle, but it was $4 extra. I'm like, no, this is perfect. I can use it for water. So I
Yeah.
like
That was so
That's
cute.
yeah. I like that Garrett's not on it. Lost Coffee Mug. Hello. Hey, everyone. I'm going to be reading some more of Luca by Elisa Jean to start off tonight. Excellent. Amy. Hi, Amy. Hello. Dinner was pizza, and I'll be finishing The House in the Cerulean Sea. I started a while ago and I've just gotten back to it. And after that, I'm diving into my April POP.
Pile of possibilities.
Possibilities. Or in my case, pile of priorities. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm currently reading The Summoning, excellent, by Heather Graham, and French Pressed by Cleo Coyle. Not sure which I will pick up during the sprints. I vote
French
Heather
press.
Graham.
No.
Deciding factor. Because I think you like both. Esther,
I don't know if I think it might be me, but like you're cutting up or whatever, so I didn't catch.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
I didn't even catch what she was reading, so I don't.
Oh, Heather Graham and Cleo Coyle.
Oh, well, that would be Heather Graham then.
Thank you.
This is the opposite.
I would say Cleo Coyle, so it's 2-2.
Oh, so we've got a 2 for 2. There you
Whatever
go.
you want to read at that point.
Flip a
not
coin
Esther.
there. Flip a coin there. Esther, hi everyone. I'm 51% into Injustice for All, number 2 in the J.P. Beaumont series by J.A. Jance. I like book 2 as much as book 1. Chicken nuggets for supper.
I love
Yum. At Mary Jo, I love the Alex Cross series myself. Yes, it's a good series. And Nadine, hi, I'm reading Tell Me Pretty Maiden by Rhys Bowen, number 7 in the Molly Murphy series. And Esther says, "A Mother Goose, warmer weather day here in New York for a change. Excellent." Nita, greeting everyone. Tonight I am reading Gin and Daggers by Donald Bain, Murder, She Wrote, number 1. Excellent. Annie, hi all. I'm reading These is My Words by Nancy E. Turner, which is the diary of a pioneer woman, not for the squeamish.
Oh, the extra part threw me off a little bit.
She's like, "Oh no, I don't want to."
But really, I was like, "Oh, I love that. I love that kind of. I really do like that kind of stuff." And I saw Not for the Squeamish, and I'm like, "And I'm out."
Maybe not. Cajun, hi everyone. I'm reading Murder Simply Stitched, Amish Quilt Shop, number 2. Excellent. Tona, hi everyone. Reading Daisies for Innocence, number 1, and Hamburgers and Fries for Dinner. Now that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good. Rav, good evening. I'll be listening to Death at a Scottish Christmas by Lucy Connolly while I work on my reading journal. Excellent. And Esther says to Cav, I love that series.
Yeah.
And Pat, good evening, everyone. I'm feeling a whole lot better. Excellent.
Good.
Finished reading A Sugarloaf Surprise by Rosemary Whitaker about an hour ago. I love this series. Thanks, Sarah, for recommending it. You're very welcome. You're further along than I am. I got to book 2, and I haven't picked it up since, but it's there. I'll get back to it at some point. Emily, hi, everyone. I'm working on Stellar Loon, book 9 in The Keeper of the Lost Cities. I'm on page 76 of 728. It's a fast read, as I've already read 64 pages today. Oh, wonderful. You'll have it finished in no time. And Amy says to Esther, yes, it's been lovely. Barbara says, good evening, good afternoon, evening, folks. Reading Summer of 69 because I need to finish something. Also, anyone want a lap blanket? Totally free. It is healing me to take my mind, helping me take my mind off my foot. Oh, and she says she's
ask. Is Summer of 69 a Bryan Adams, like a biography of Bryan Adams, or does it have nothing to do with?
No, that's Elaine Hilda. Is it not?
Okay. So no.
Oh, no, I'm thinking
Both, I would think.
Okay. I just wondered because I was like, oh, that might be interesting, but
gotcha. Cav to Esther, I do too, and somehow I got behind. Carmen, hi Carmen, hi everyone. I'm still trying to finish Whose Body by Dorothy L. Sayers. Hope to finish it tonight. And Barb's been a member for 7 months. Thank you, Barb. She's also, you can pick any colors. I have a room full of yarn.
Oh, sweet.
I love roomfuls of yarn. Angel says, hi everyone. I finished listening to Rebecca last night. Yay! I want to ask what you thought about it, but if you didn't like it, I don't want to know. If you liked it, let me know. No, that was a good big finish. Well done. At Barb, I'd love a lap blanket, please. I would take one too, Barb, but I can make my own, and I know shipping would be astronomical. So, Rena says, hi and happy Monday. I'm reading Miss Everything by Jennifer Weiner. Excellent.
Nice.
I like her as an author. She writes some fun books. Emily says to Barb, I wonder if you can donate those to nursing homes or shelters. Yes.
Mhm.
If you're looking for something to do, absolutely.
That's a great idea.
Nadine to Angel, did you like Rebecca? I am always trying to keep my legs warm. Yes. Pat says, gave it 4 stars. About the last 2 books in the R.M. Murphy today. The last book in the series comes out April 8th. Tonight, starting a new book, Stitching Crime by Eve Bennett. It's on KU. Excellent.
Nice.
Nadine to Barbara and Emily. VA hospitals might take lap blankets too. Oh, that's a lovely idea. Crystal says, hi, everyone. I'm reading The Dressmakers of Auschwitz by Lucy Addington, I think. Very good. Sounds like a historical fiction, obviously. Barb says, I was thinking of working with the Linus Project again.
Oh, cool.
I'm not sure what that is, but that is a wonderforful idea. Pat says, don't forget to thumbs up. Thank you, Pat. You're always so our big cheerleader. Melmac. Hey, Melmac. Hi, everyone. I'm reading Murder in a Cape Bookstore by Maddie Day, number 5 in the Cozy Campers book group. I was going to start A Disguise to Die For by Diane Valerie, but decided to read it later this year.
No, you just did that to her.
Mel, can you please send me my Ireland stamp, please? Thank you.
I think Tiffany's annoyed.
I appreciate you, Mel.
Oh, Mary Jo says, it's a favorite of mine too. She says, dinner was orange chicken and rice. That sounds good too. Britta, hello, good evening. I just started Grave Amish Secrets by Patricia Johns. Getting a head start on Amish in April. That's her newest release, I believe.
Yeah, that's the one that I have, I think.
The one that's the only one that's on audio,
Yeah.
right? Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
She's the one that has the first in the Cozy series I was talking about yesterday. Patricia Johns.
Yes.
I read it. I would read the second one if it came out. It was good.
Yep. If you're reading for Amish in April, you can read that series. If you're reading for the category Romance Book Club, that doesn't count.
Yeah, sure.
But I suggest you read more by like I said in my video. Read that, read some of her category. Show her some love. Barb says, I worked with the VA before. It has to be fleece. Oh, interesting. And Angel says, thank you, Pat, for the reminder to hit the like. Yes, thank you, Pat. And Pat says, my roommate, Christy, made pizza. That was excellent. She got a pizza maker for her birthday last year. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
That's fantastic. Hey, Angel says, yes, I loved Rebecca. Yay! Valerie. What time is it? Okay. Another 2 minutes and we'll jump into a sprint. Valerie says, hi, everyone. Still listening to A Most Agreeable Murder, 87%, so I should finish. Then I'll start The Body in the Bookstore. Had Chick-fil-A for dinner. Ooh, nice. That's still on my goal list to try. We've got one 2 towns over. We just need to get there. We always say on Sunday, let's go to Chick-fil-A.
Always that way.
No.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen.
No. We can sit in the parking lot and wait till Monday.
Right.
Kat. Hi, Kat. Hello, lovely Sarah, Tiffany, Lee, and Storm. I am not reading anything during tonight's sprints. I have a bunch to do. I spent all day at the hospital with my friend who had surgery. I hope your friend is doing okay.
Hope your friend's fine.
Mm-hmm. Danielle, reading Delivery to the Farmhouse, Book 4 in the Havenwood Cowboy series by Caitlin Meadows. Also reading The Messy Life of... Does she post it down here anywhere? I don't think so.
The Messy Life of what?
I
What?
Me?
I just kidding.
Nothing's hanging.
That could be so many things, by the way.
I'm not pointing fingers, but it could be.
Yeah, really.
Of Jane Turner, maybe? I don't know.
Oh.
Of Blue.
You're keeping us in suspense, Danielle.
Mhm.
Kim says, hey, y'all, so glad to be home so I can join sprints. Yay, welcome back. Welcome back. And Carmen says, yay to Storm for finishing those books.
Thanks.
So we'll jump into a sprint and to the top of the hour. Does that work for everybody else?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm going to read during the sprint, so I am going to turn my read. I'm going to eat during the sprint, so I am.
You're
gonna turn
fine.
it off.
No worries.
Bye.
Happy reading, everybody.
Happy reading.
So how was everybody's sprints?
Mine was good. I finished editing my video and just waiting for it to upload now.
Excellent. How was dinner, Tiffany?
It was great. I had meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and corn.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah.
How'd you do, Storm?
Good. I was watching YouTube. I was in the middle of watching Kelsey from Slime and Slasher's Old School April TBR. Her epic TBR.
I can only imagine.
Oh God, yes.
She's like, I like to mood read too. That's why it's like everybody's like got like this giant like possibility so that they could mood read through them because you
Yep,
just want to put everything on your like yeah. So
for sure.
and I was working on writing up my review for the book.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Let me see here. Okay, where was I? Back up here. I read 2 chapters of Hearse and Buggy, and more importantly, we ordered dinner. So Garrett's downstairs waiting for the delivery. We got Burger King, in case anyone's curious.
What are you having?
Burger King.
Oh,
I love Burger King.
nice.
Like, I just wanted something quick, and I'm just like, I'll just get a Whopper. I'm not super hungry, but like, whatever.
It's your fault that I end up at Burger King a lot of times because you talk about it in your videos, and then it's like, oh, Burger King.
I sent Garrett a text, and I'm like, I go, what do you want for dinner? I said, you want to do burgers? He's like, yeah. He goes, from where? And I'm like, Mickey D's or BK's. Like, well, I had McDonald's for breakfast. And I'm like, I really think we eat out far too much. The days that he's home, it's like, it is what it is, right? So.
Oh, goodness
Anyway.
gracious.
Bless you.
Thank
Hey,
you.
you're allergic to Mr. Cairo.
Oh,
Oh, I'm just kidding. Cajun, hi to Kim. Glad you made it home okay. Hope you had a great time and your daddy is doing well. Yes. And Lost Coffee Mug is saying, woohoo, Storm. Emily is asking, can we double up on prompts for books for Old School April?
You can use as many prompts as you want to get points for your team or whatever. If they fit multiple, like, yeah. Everybody's like, let's see how many prompts I can use for like the one book or whatever. And
like one book and make it fit the 45 prompts. That's my goal.
Melanie, hi all. I'll be reading Cheddar Off Dead by Karina Moss. Excellent.
yay!
Hey B, hey ladies, happy Monday. Happy Monday to you too. Welcome, welcome. Kat, hi Kat. Yes, Team Scoobies needs the points, Stormy.
yeah.
And Emily says, go Team Scooby.
Yay.
And Kim to Cajun, he is, and was supposed to have a ball game tonight, but it got rained out. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. Very good. Kat looks like she's got some Scooby-Doo emojis there, puppies and such. Kim to Cajun, I did have a good time, just picked apart the play in my mind. Cajun says to Kim, I would do that too. Angel said, love the new Tumblr, Sarah. Thank you. Yes, that was really sweet of my mom to get that for me. Donna says, I'm reading Death at a Dinner Party by Ellie Alexander. Sorry. The driver is nearby, but having a hard time finding your address.
Oh, great.
The problem is that we don't have a light outside, like over the, so it's a pain in the butt. Oh, it's arrived. Okay. Thanks, Gare. When you're just downstairs, but you're still texting your spouse.
Right.
We were laughing about that. He goes, you text me all day. I said, when we move out, we're just sitting on the couch beside each other at a newer apartment. We're still going to be texting each other.
That's literally what we do. We sit next to each other on Instagram and go, look at this funny thing. You look at this funny thing the whole time. That's it.
That is marriage right there in a nutshell. Barb, do you have blue yarn? And Cajun saying, whoa. Emily, Lost in Library. Hi, ladies. Hope you all are doing well and having a good evening. I'm thinking of starting a new book tonight. Not sure what yet. I might start The Frozen River by Ariel Lawson. My aunt read that one, and she said it was phenomenal.
Oh,
It's a really good historical fiction novel about something about a midwife. So my aunt said it was really, really good, if that's any kind of recommendation for you. And Cajun says, happy pre-birthday, is it Tanya or Toya?
Toya, when is
Toya.
Toya,
your
thank you.
birthday?
I'm so bad with names.
They say it's your birthday. When is your birthday?
Now, see, Toya, are you like a different Toya? Are you Purple Rain Heart?
I think it is, but I'm not sure.
I know that's why I was like, because I know that's what her name is too.
Yeah,
so
I think it's Purple Rain.
Oh,
Heart, but
interesting.
I'm not sure. I like to call her a Purple Rain Heart.
I know that's what I was like.
like
She's
that
like,
name.
I don't want to call her by her name. I like.
I like Purple Rain Heart. It'd be like if Colonel Mustard in the library was like, "Can you please call me Jane?" No, I can't. I'm just
This is
kidding.
who
I
I
will
is.
respect any and all names that people want to be called. I mean,
That's right. That's
but-
right. That's right. And Sarah, have you read the new series yet by Juno Rushdan? Read book 1 and liked it, but my Libby has only 1 and now 3. And no, I have not read the new series yet. And Brenna says, got a bunch of Harlequin Amish books in today. Yay! Wonderful.
Very nice.
And Cajun says, well, you can go to Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. You just can't get food there.
True.
That's fair. Danielle says, the messy lives of book people.
Oh, okay.
So it was about us.
Yeah, it was.
We were right the first time.
They were talking about me.
That's right. Family and Books, Paula. Hi, Paula. Hi, all. Just popping in to bop the like button. Thank you. Thank you. Have
Yay.
fun sprinting. And Amy says, I love this scene. Oh, the background that I had. Thank you. It says, trying to finish Mystery on Hidden Lane by Claire Chase. It's a reread. Remember loving this series when I started in 2020. Excellent. Michelle, good evening, everyone. I'm currently reading A Sugarloaf Valentine by Rosemary Whitaker. It's such a cute and sweet read. Thanks for the recommendation, Sarah. You're welcome. That was like a total, like, just find on Kindle Unlimited. But everybody who's reading it now seems to really like it. It's the perfect little chicklet type read. Pat says, has anyone read Shady Hollow Mysteries by Juno Black? Libby has the entire series, but the first book has an 18-week hold on it.
I believe
haven't read it, but my friend Barb absolutely loves it, and I know Sonia loves it.
that's what I was going to say. I believe that's one of Sonia's favorites.
Oh, okay. There you go. Oh, that's the ones with those really cute animal cover. Oh, yes. Okay. I know which one you're talking about now. Very good. Kim says, I've got the first one checked out from Libby at Pat, but I haven't started it yet. And then Pat says to Kim, I forgot to tell you that I read the first book, Dog Catcher in the Rye by Ellen Riggs. Gave it 4 stars. Really enjoyed it. That's really cute.
That's cute. That made me giggle.
I swear half of the time it's just coming up with titles for these
Right?
Yeah.
Barb says, okay, I'm sorry. I lied. Reading Before We Say Goodbye. It is from the series Before the Coffee Gets Cold. Only have 93 pages left. I feel shame now. Oh, Barb, don't worry. Are you still on pain medication, Barb? Because as long as you're on pain medication, you always have an excuse.
There you go.
And even if you're not on pain medication, you can still find an excuse. Toya says, I just started Daisies for Innocence as an employee. Jessie has started dating the main character, Ellie's ex. But Jessie is convinced that Harris, the ex, has changed. My God, they never change.
That's a lot.
They never change. Barb says to Toya, what color blue? Yes. Barbara, any. I love blue. And Barb says, Lee, do you like Karen Slaughter? Love her standalone books.
I actually only read one book by her. Maybe it was The Pretty Girls. I really enjoyed it, though. I always mean to get back to her. I just haven't.
I've only read her series. I've not read any of her standalone.
Did you read the Will Trent? Is she
I
one of
read
the Will Trent series?
I've read one book in Will Trent, the first one, but I've read the whole entire Grant County one, where I was a little aggravated her at the last one. I was like, really? But we read that one first because there's like kind of like a crossover one.
Oh,
with
okay.
One of the people in the Grant County one in Will Trent. And so we read that one first because I read it with Barb. And we read the first Will Trent and it was like, oh, it's okay. And we just haven't ever got back to the next one. And I keep saying, we really need to try to get that in this year sometime.
Well, no, because my mom and my aunt are both watching the show. My
Yeah.
aunt's like, are you watching? And I'm like, I'm not watching the show. I don't watch TV, but I hear there's books.
And I've heard that it's like a lot different than the book. So
Yeah, that's the rumor I'm hearing too, right? So Lost Coffee Mug says, at Barbara, I would love a blanket. I will pay for it since I know yarn and your time is not free. Oh, that's very sweet.
Very nice.
And Esther says to Emily, I love The Frozen River. It was my number 2 book of 2024. There you go. Another browsing recommendation. Mary Jo says she got to page 20 of 405. Lost Coffee Mug says, only got 9 pages read in Luca. I forgot I was in the middle of a chapter in Just Our Luck, so I wanted to finish that before I went into Luca. I also posted my review of Under the Ice in my blog. Excellent. Very productive.
Very nice. Yeah.
37% of French pressed. Toya said 18 pages. Anita got to 61%. Where is my plate, Tiffany? That sounds so good. Your dinner.
It was really good. I was running late and had eaten this sprint. Normally I have supper done, but I had a new meatloaf recipe and I didn't realize it needed to cook as long as it did. But I'm going to make it again. It was really good.
Okay. That's something I haven't had in a long, long time.
I love meatloaf.
when we make meatloaf around here, I just make little bitty personal ones because
Well, just the, you know, like yeah.
And because it's just the two of us, I just use basically a bread pan, like a like the loaf bread pan, because you know, I mean, it's just the two of us. And come on over. I don't remember who asked, but I always have.
It was the Lost Coffee Mug.
There you go. Come on. Bye.
Valerie says got to 92%. Cajun got to 41%. Amy, 20 minutes left in my audiobook. Wonderful. Angel said, I started Murder of an Irish Bridegroom by Patricia Johns. Excellent.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
And Emily says, I got to page 104, so 26 pages read. Well done.
Very nice.
Annie says, got to 64%. Barbara says, Lost Coffee Mug. I love to make Afghans. As for my time, I am cheap, not easy. I will never ask for money. I always say that. Not easy. Kim got to 51%. Michelle was watching Tiffany's most recent video.
Thank you.
Excellent. Kaden says, I remember one of Lee's readathons. I had one book that fit all the prompts. I felt so accomplished.
I get it.
That should almost be a last prompt, right? If you can find one book to fit all the prompts, you get an extra bonus.
I was about to say like a bonus point, because that is, I always try to do it too, just for fun.
Yeah, right? Just it's an extra challenge. Yeah,
for sure. Danielle says got to 84% in Delivery to the Farmhouse. It's a sweet romance. Oh, lovely.
That's really cute.
Nice. Kim says the play was good, but the actor was definitely not Perot. Very good. Emily says, Sarah, I've had DoorDash say they delivered my Buffalo Wild Wings. When I called and asked where it was, he said he gave it to a guy, to which I said, you guys gave my food to the wrong person. Yep, we've had that happen to us because I've said it before, like we sit on a T, so we're right at the corner. So we're number 65 right here. Like we can see the house from our front porch is 65 on a different street.
Okay.
And they miss us because we're the corner house. Like even at it's funny at Halloween, we either get all of the kids or none of the kids because they like completely bypass the corner house or they all hit us. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I swear we're feeding the people at 65 Adley.
What I don't understand is why people don't go like, that's not mine.
Yeah, you know? But a lot of times I think they just leave it at the door and then just walk away.
Yeah, they don't even.
Maybe, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because see, I don't ever get to, I don't get to enjoy this, them. They would never be able to find our house to begin with. But like nobody would deliver to us because they would like look at our lane and be like, you either have to come up here or
Garrett was here. I was watching one of your vlogs and you were coming up the laneway to your house.
Yeah.
And Garrett said the old Jeff Foxworthy one, directions to your house include turn off the paved road. We were laughing. I said, well, it's quiet where she is.
True. Yeah. Well, except for the gunshots.
I was going to say, except for when the neighbors are shooting their guns.
I have a question for Danielle really quick. Delivery to the Farmhouse. Just looked it up. It says it's number 4 in a series. Storm, just cover your ears. I'm talking to Danielle here. Am I going to miss anything? Can I start book 4? Am I going to feel lost? I mean, are the Haven Cowboys, am I missing a Havenwood? Let me know. Okay, that's it.
I'm just looking this up one now too. Let me just see here.
Sorry.
Oh, the cover is delightful.
I know, but then it says it's number 4, and I'm like, well, farfing
Well,
news.
just start with number 1, Inheriting the Farmhouse. Looks cute. I love the covers; they're gorgeous.
The
They're
covers
on
are
audio
really
too.
For Storm's sake, Storm, I'm putting number 1 on my pile.
I'm over here like not paying attention, trying not to pay attention.
Like la 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 la. That's okay. I was saying something in one of my videos, I think recently, about needing a book for the Netherlands and joking that I'd probably just read another Betty Niels. And Caitlin pointed out, she's like, the 7th book in the Peril to Passport series takes place in the Netherlands. She goes, I wouldn't recommend it to Storm, but because you read a series, I know you'll do it. I'm like,
I read that series. That's an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah.
By Maddie
Give
Hunter.
it a shot.
It's by Maddie Hunter. That's an oldie but a goodie. That we were talking about series that people don't talk about. I never talk about the series, but I really liked it. It was one of my early on books.
Mm-hmm. I'll see what I think about it when I get to it. And Emily says Frozen River is fantastic. And Pat says, did not read that last sprint. Got a phone call from my PCP about my visit this morning to the clinic, changing my prescription again on my migraine medication. I'm going to tell y'all good night. Good night, Pat. I hope you feel better.
Hi, Pat.
And the changes of the medication is annoying.
Yeah.
Kim says to Pat, I'll have to look into it. And Crystal says, I got 33% into the dressmakers of Auschwitz and put a load of laundry in the dryer. Excellent. Emily says, Amazon constantly delivers to the wrong building because Google Maps says that you've arrived at the first building in the lot. I have a super detailed and specific delivery instructions when I order. That's smart.
Mm.
When we were they don't even read it.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't. Absolutely not.
The only thing that we could order here where we are is Domino's, because there's a hot spot down the road. So we could drive and meet them halfway.
Okay.
How far is a Walmart from you?
How far is a Walmart? Probably about 10 or 11 miles.
You might be able to do Instacart. Instacart delivers for me. One of the places that I order from several stores, but one of them is Sam's, and our Sam's is way far away, and they still deliver. So I might just think, I'm just saying, Instacart might deliver to you.
And when we lived in the apartment, it was just so much easier. We just got Amazon deliveries delivered to the Dropbox or whatever it was. Just because, forget it, it was just a pain in the butt.
We have Prime drivers that come down our lane, and I'm pretty sure they're thinking, "What the heck am I doing?" Because some of them aren't in the Prime trucks or whatever; they're in their actual cars and stuff. And I'm like, "We have a box at the end of the lane, people.
You don't got to come down." Yeah.
Because we had to do that for the UPS because they won't come down because it would scratch their. And I'm like, you're delivering to rural routes. You would think that they would be like, well, yeah, you're going to get a scratch on, because they would say that the company would throw a fit if they got scratches. I'm like, you're delivering to rural. There's going to be scratches. There's going to be dust. There's going to be mud. There's going to be, it's but yeah, they would keep putting us flipping, and we'd have to go to Joplin, which is a half an hour.
Oh, that's a pain.
To go and get our package. And so I said, we need to fix something. So we better, it's one of Dad's old toolboxes that used to be for his truck. And we put it on cement and bolted it down and put it by the mailboxes and everything, so that they put the stuff in there now.
It's in there. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Toya says, I changed it from Purple Rain Hearts, but my birthday is April 2nd, getting further into the 40s.
Happy
early
birthday. And I will respect it and call you Toya, formerly known as Purple Rain.
The artist formerly known as.
That's right. That's right.
Barb says, for the people who want an Afghan, go on my Discord. Put in what colors y'all want. Excellent.
That's so nice,
Nice.
Barbara.
That's very sweet of you, Barb. Kim says to Pat, I remember now. I want to read that series. Excellent. And she says, Barb67 is my Discord name, I think. Cajun, they don't change in real life either. Pat says to Kim, it was very good. Need to go back and read the rest of the series. Plus, I believe they are all on KU. Excellent.
Barbara's name is Barbara 67, but there's an S. So it's Barbara's 67.
Oh, excellent.
Just
Thank
so
you,
if
Tiffany.
if you don't find it when you look up Barbara 67, there's an S.
Kat says, I finished my student attendance sheets this week. I am eating dinner, red beans and brown rice. I also watched 2 YouTube videos, which included your daily vlog, Stormy.
Oh,
Excellent.
you know what? I think that red beans and rice is a staple in your house because I swear, almost every time
All
you're
the
here,
time.
I'm like,
Do you like red beans?
Pat says, back to the hospital for more blood work. Oh, that sucks, Pat. Yeah, the whole thing, I don't know if you watched, but I got told off by that lady at the hospital about not having that blood work done that I didn't know I was supposed to have done.
Yeah.
She calls me this morning at 9:30. Have you had the blood work done yet? As I told you on Friday, my appointment was for 12. Can you go now? No. I'm going at 12. That's just when my appointment is. You need to calm the hell down.
Yeah.
Oh, and then my disability stuff. Oh, today was not my day. I called disability because it's been 2 weeks since I sent in all the forms. And this lovely young lady answered the phone, and I wasn't getting mad at her because it wasn't her. She just answered the phone. I also do customer service. And she's like, we're still waiting on some paperwork. I'm like, what paperwork? From your employer. I guess there's a part that they have to fill out. I'm like, was no one going to call and tell me that? Well, no. Oh, lovely. How nice that I called. So then I had to email work. So now I got to deal with that.
it's like,
So-
so you're not going to tell
I'm
me
going back
how
to work
much
before I
I
see a
should
penny
know.
disability.
So
They
question, so you'll still have that job when you go back
I
to
am
work?
still employed.
Okay.
I'm still an employee. I'm on medical leave.
Got it. Okay.
So I'm applying for medical disability through my work insurance.
Okay.
Long-term disability through work insurance. So yeah, that's what this is.
Okay.
But yeah,
And by the time you get it, it'll be time for you to go back to work.
Mhm.
I swear
You're
they
supposed to
did
give her
like
back pay.
Yeah.
Well,
True.
in Illinois, not in Illinois. I meant in the United States. So, I guess I
True.
shouldn't speak for
No,
the things
they
are
do
different.
because
Okay.
when I went off sick, I went on what's called EI, which is employment insurance, and that's through the federal government. So I got 26 weeks of pay, and that ended on January 14th. So I've not had an income since January 14th. And so that's when long-term disability would have kicked in, had the forms, had everything already been done. You know what I mean? So they will need to back pay me back to that date.
Okay. Gotcha.
So the bonus is when I get this money, it's going to be like, hey, take the car in. We can get the car fixed. We can get, you know what I mean?
I was going to say, you can catch up on stuff anyway.
But precisely. It's just the fact that I swear they do this just to piss you off, just so you're like, fine, I'll just go back to work.
Of course.
But I ain't because I'm not ready yet in any stretch of the imagination. Emily says to Pat, oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. Cajun, best part of meatloaf is sandwiches the next day.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Herman says, I agree, Cajun. And Kim says, so sorry to Pat. Toya, why do I suddenly want a meatloaf? I haven't had it in
I
years,
don't
but
think
now all of a
I've
sudden,
ever had a meatloaf sandwich.
I love meatloaf sandwich.
I ever had one either. No.
Mhm.
Oh,
You
I
throw
always
some mashed
hear
potatoes
people
on there
say they make them.
yes, yes.
with some gravy on top of it. Forget it. That's the best.
Yeah, we always had meatloaf sandwich after we had meatloaf growing up.
Yeah.
Monet, I just started reading All Night Long with the Cowboy by Caitlin Cruz. Yay, Caitlin Cruz. She's a good author. PK, hello, ladies and chatters. Kia walked and I dropped Steve's dinner in over hamburger rice casserole. Mine is on the stove, egg roll soup, food for the week for both of us. Excellent.
Wow.
Nice.
Very nice.
I just looked at the time and my dinner's here, so I want to go eat. So let's jump into a sprint, but we'll only go to 10-2. That sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. So happy reading,
Great.
everybody.
Happy reading.
So how did everybody do?
Good. I read a little bit and then I was done with reading for a while. So I was watching videos.
Excellent.
I ate dinner.
Mhm.
Rotisserie chicken, roasted sweet potatoes, and some kimchi.
Ooh.
And me too. And I'm trying to do a little bit of fermented food every day for some like gut health. So,
Oh, that's a great idea.
and then I got 3.5 chapters into Beg, Borrow, or Steal.
Awesome.
Very
How
nice.
about you, Storm?
I finished watching Kelsey's giant like pile of possibilities because
Later.
and she's telling people not to join Team Scooby.
Oh, I know. She's just jealous. They're all jealous.
I guess we've got the most people, so she's like anybody but Scooby. Don't join them because Scooby rules. So you know. And then I was working on putting up what I read for March and everything. I read 20 books.
Good for you. Wonderful.
I didn't realize I'd read so many.
That's amazing.
I've stopped like paying attention so that I just do what I want and then see what, because like last
for you.
month I think I only read like 13, and so
Mhm.
this month it's like 20. So I was like, wow.
Well done.
So, and 17 were mysteries and then 3 were not. So.
Even better. Fantastic.
What'd you
I
do,
had my
Sarah?
dinner. It was okay. I listened to a couple more chapters on Hearse and Buggy, but I finished another sock.
Aww.
Cute.
I gotta weave in. The great thing about the ends though is like when I do my own socks, like you gotta like weave in and then make sure like to cut the yarn so you don't have the tail. Now I can just shove them inside and no one's the wiser. I don't have to waste time. Oh, and I found this when I was going through my yarn stuff. I have a little bowl to put my yarn in. Is that not adorable?
Aww.
I bought it at a Sheep and Wool festival years ago. It's just a little.
That's
I think it's supposed to be meant for like your rings.
Yeah.
Like you would put your rings in it
very
on your side.
cute.
But I use it for little balls of yarn. I just stick them in when I'm.
That's cute.
But I thought you'd like it with the sheep.
Very cute.
All right. Let's see what we got here. PK reading The Penitent Priest by J.R. Mathis, first in the Father Tom series. Excellent. Pat says to Emily, I'm okay. There are a couple of labs that the lab tech states they could not get a good reading on. The veins on the top of my hands are very sore from being stuck all the time.
Well, we will keep you.
I hope I hope they can get. That was me today because I had to go for blood work and I walked in and the guy he looks at my arms and he's looking at me and I said, use the butterfly, like the butterfly needle. I said, and I held my hand out and I said, use the top of my hand. He goes, are you sure? I said, let's just get this done. I'm not wasting time, It sucks, but it is what it is.
I feel sorry for my father every time he comes out of there and he's got a bandage here and a bandage here and one here and one here. And I'm like, did you not drink the water? He goes, I drank and drank and drank and drank.
I know.
It's like, and I mean, and I think it's something to do with also getting older and everything too.
It is.
That
It absolutely is.
his hands always look really dehydrated and things. And he's like, I was drinking and drinking and drinking. And he even got him some flavored stuff to put in the water so that he would just drink water and drink water and drink, because they told him to start drinking like a lot of water a couple of days before he comes in there, and they still stuck him everywhere.
Yep. That's why I said, like, the last girl that I had, it took her 3 shots, and I just know now going in. I'm like, this is what you need. And he goes, I like that you know what you're talking about. I said, I want to make that you've got 20 people in the waiting room. You don't have time to be messing around with me. You know what I mean?
And even if it hurts or whatever, it's just like, I'd rather be poked once.
It's quick and let's get it done. I'm very much a one and done kind of person. I had some girl test on me one, like she was fairly new. And I think I let her try 4 times. And I'm like, after the 4th, I'm like, now I'm tapping out. Now you're going to get somebody, but I have a high tolerance and I will allow so much.
I have to
the little nurse Tammy there, she just gets so frustrated too whenever it takes her more than, and she's like, that's it. If this doesn't work this time, she goes, I quit. She's like, I'm done. She goes, I can't do it anymore, because she's already feels bad about poking him like several times. She'll have to get somebody else to come in there and see if they can. He was in there for 45 minutes the last time.
Lord.
The last time that, because I was like, you owe me some pancakes, because we were going to go to the little place next door and have pancakes after he got done, but it took 45 minutes, and so they were serving lunch. And I was like, I had pancakes on the brain this whole entire time.
I say that was the only good thing about being in hospital was that PICC line, because they had to take my blood every day.
Yeah.
That once they don't have to poke you. They took my blood. I wasn't even awake most mornings. Like the nurse would come in and be like, "Just move your arm, sweetie." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, that's it.
just tap me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Cajun says, when I worked at the HVAC company, the directions to a house included turn at the big rock. The tech just looked at me. That's hilarious.
One of our customers, like, I don't remember what state they were in, but it was go to the end of the road, turn left at the right church, 3 trees down, and then make the turn into that driveway.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't trust GPS when you come into my house, because we had some friends that were using it to come to our house because they'd never been there before. And they told them to turn like, let's see, I'm not good with my rights and my lefts. They told them to turn left when they should have turned right.
That's
If
hilarious.
they would have turned left, they would have went into a field. He's like, I'm pretty sure we don't go that way. I think we're supposed to go this way.
I mean, I use the directions on, like, I use Waze or whatever that app is on my phone when I'm driving somewhere. But I am very much I'm a landmark person.
Yeah.
Like, if I've driven somewhere a lot of times, I
too.
know where it is, right? So.
Yeah, and when the tornado blew down my landmarks, I'm lost now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the one that I remember from being a kid, because we spent about 8 years going to Myrtle Beach every summer. And when we would hit the south of the border, it was just like this big, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
When you'd see the sign, my brother and I would get so excited because we knew it was like we were almost there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a meme that's like, all right, GPS, don't be telling me, turn west and blah, 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 blah. I'm not Christopher Columbus. Just give it, like,
Yeah.
Well, I know somebody will be like, well, is that west of you? I said, I don't know. Is that right?
don't talk- Yeah. Northeast. I'm like, what am I, Lewis and Clark over here? I'm like, I don't know. Come on.
I say I'm directionally dysfunctional. Do I turn right or do I turn left? Don't tell me north,
Right.
south, east, west. I don't, just right or left.
When I met Steve Donahue and we were in Boston and we were driving to the bookstore, he's like, turn left up here. And immediately on the steering wheel, I did this with my hands. Right? And he looks at me and he's like, should I be concerned? I'm like, not anymore.
Are you left-handed, Sarah?
No, I'm right-handed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
well,
'Cause I'm left-handed and I'm always like, which one?
Yeah, but I do that because the L.
The L. That's why I do it for
Right.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not bad with directions, but what I am bad with is when I'm like, Google Maps really doesn't take into accountability of my estimation of 50 feet. It's
Yeah.
like turn left than 50 feet. And then I'm past it. And they're
right, yeah.
like, reroute. And I'm like, was that 50 feet? They do not estimate
No.
my ability to not be able to
I
judge
agree with you on that. Yep.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
I can
50
do-
feet
I
and
can
400
do-
feet are the same thing to me.
Yeah.
I can do directions if you want to tell me to go east or what, but I cannot handle the
50
when
feet.
it gets close. I'm horrible.
You'd be even lost up here because I'm thinking feet, and ours is like in 300 meters.
Yeah.
Turn-
For me to go there, we don't pump gas in New Jersey and it's in liters. I'm like, I'm totally lost in Canada. I'm like,
She's like, what is happening here?
yeah. I'm like, can you just tell me how much you might put in your car? Like,
Well, I do the same when I travel down there. Is that like my dad always said to me, he's like, just keep up with the flow of traffic.
Yeah.
As long as you're not passing other people, you shouldn't be speeding.
Yeah.
But on Google Maps, like on the GPS on Google Maps, it'll show me what I'm doing in miles per hour.
Yeah.
So, and somebody said to me once, they're like, you can change your odometer. I'm like, if you want to do it, you can go right ahead and try because I ain't running around with my car. Sorry.
No.
Sorry, officer, I didn't, because I am not getting pulled over by one of your lovely highway patrol people. Tonya says to Emily, yes. Amazon drivers never pay attention to the detailed instructions. No, they do not. Annie says, I hate it when the mail carrier stuff packages in our mailbox and you practically have to tear it apart to get it out.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Danielle said, the Havenwood Cowboy series follows a set of 5 brothers. Each book is a separate romance for one of the brothers. So there's your answer, Tiffany.
Okay.
Kim says, I had pancakes at IHOP. Yum. Barbara says, my last name is Stevens. Guess what my initials are? BS.
So yeah, I work for the Beadsmith. So for everything for the initials, we just put BS for everything. And they're like...
This is really quick, but my grandmother that lives here, she got the girls and boys one Christmas gift. The boys got one gift, the girls got one gift, but it was all the same. And one year she got us denim 31 purses. Remember? Okay. And she had our initials, our first, middle, and last initials engraved in like italics. So it was like really like the fancy card.
Mm-hmm.
And I called my cousin Allison. And I was like, did you get a denim? Because her initials spell ASS. And she's like, I got it. Because my grandmother probably just wrote them all out, wasn't thinking about it. And I'm like, can you imagine the person that's like, I know they're not hand stitching it, but the person putting that in the machine just laughing their butt off about, because it's in like this really fancy, like, calligraphy.
Right.
She's like, I'm never going to use it. I was like, you can trade me. I laughed and laughed. I just thought that was the funniest thing. She's like, do you think grandma? And I'm like, no idea.
When a friend of mine was pregnant, years ago, her daughter's now like 11 years old, but she was so excited that they picked out the name and all these things, and like, they weren't going to share it until after her daughter was born. So she's like, she wanted to make sure it was a name that nobody was going to make fun of, that wasn't, too controversial or blah, 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 blah. So she names her daughter and whatever. And she tells us that when she comes on, I said, you do realize her initials are Keg. Kekeg. She just looked at me. She goes, "Son of a."
Didn't think about it.
Yeah, you don't really think about initials whenever you.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't. Garrett's are gift with purchase. GWP. I always say gift with purchase because I worked for a gift manufacturer, and that was the acronym that we always use for stuff like that. Right? So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle says there are nods to plot points in each book from the others, but I wouldn't say that there's much of an overarching story from book to book. There are also subplots with the non-romantic relationships.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Great information.
All I heard was you need to start with number 1.
Yes. Storm just like, what? Start with number 1.
But you heard that before she even gave that explanation. So...
I had to type start with number 1. And Emily says, Sarah, I mentioned you at work today because we were talking about how crappy the insurance system is here in the U.S. I would be dead.
It is.
Or broke. One or the other. Kat says, yeah, yesterday my husband cooked a big pot of red beans with sausage and another big pot of egg roll in a bowl. Yum. Wow. I really want to try that egg roll in a bowl.
It's so good.
It's really good. I've tried it, yeah.
Yeah, I have to try it. Tiffany gave a double thumbs up on that one. Carmen says, what's wrong with you people? Never had a meatloaf sandwich.
You really should try it.
When I was a kid, I really wasn't a huge meatloaf person to begin with, so I just never,
Mm-hmm.
But I do think you got to go with Lee. And you have to put mashed potatoes on it, and you have to put whatever sauce that you use on your meatloaf, gravy or whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah. See, and the thing here, okay, so I might take my meatloaf card away, but I don't put any sauce on my meatloaf. Like I don't.
For a sandwich, I make have a condiment.
Yeah, if I make a big one, I'll put ketchup on this side and nothing on this side.
Okay. But like for a sandwich, like I would only put the gravy or tomato sauce or ketchup, whatever, because I would have that as like my condiment on my sandwich.
Yeah, and I don't put gravy on mashed potatoes.
Okay, so then you just wouldn't like it. Like, yeah, you just want it plain then.
Mm-hmm.
But mashed potatoes, you gotta put the mashed potatoes on there.
That's I love it like that.
See, the meatloaf my mom made when I was growing up, she would use mushroom soup
Oh yeah.
and then mushroom soup, which I love.
I'll be right back. I forgot I need to go get Rascal, and it's getting dark, and he's like, "It's getting dark." I was like, "Oh, I
It's
forgot." I was supposed to go down during the sprint, and I forgot.
fine. Oops. Kim says, I don't like meatloaf. I don't remember my mom ever fixing it. Yeah, it was like pretty much a weekly staple for us. I think it was like once a week. You know, you'd rotate those meals when you were a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yes, Pat, may you be healed and strengthened through time. I concur. Carmen says, I would just kidding, by the way. Joey says, well, the book I'm reading, the character was Josie, not Jessie, but it doesn't matter now because she's gone. Push it up, Daisy.
Love it.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Toya, formerly known as Purple Rain.
Yep.
She always has the best meals on Sunday, and I always invite myself over. So you were saying that you wanted meatloaf, so now's my chance to invite you over for meatloaf, because I always invite myself over. She makes the best meals on Sunday. She always has the. Oh my gosh.
Sunday meals were always epic.
I don't know if it's going to change now that she's a totally different person.
Yeah.
But the main part, she did.
She doesn't cook now. She doesn't
That's the old her. That's not the new her. That says, okay, my last cheer for the night. 49 people in the chat, 36 likes or thumbs up. Hit those. Good night. Happy reading and take care. You as well, Pat. Take good care.
Bye, Pat.
Amy says, I need to get off now. I need to take this call. Thank you for the sprints. Good night, everyone. Same to you, Amy. You're probably long gone, but thank you. Hey, ladies. Hey, Kristen. Welcome, welcome. Kat says, I need to hop off. Thanks so much for the sprints, ladies. Have a terrific rest of your week, everyone. You as well, Kat. Mary Jo made it to page 33 of 404.
Nice.
Lost coffee mug. Got only 9 pages done. The dogs wanted out for their last call. Hey, not only you got 9 pages done. That's pretty good.
That's amazing.
Angel says, I'm up to 11%. Well done. Cajun got to 47%. Carmen got to 90%. Well done, Carmen. Nita got to 68%. Valerie, 97%. Kim, 62%. PK says, Robbie Roo. Kim, go. Oh, Ruby Roo. Scooby-Doo. Go to Scooby. I need to head to the library and print out the prompts. Excellent. This is little Dobby socks. They'd be great little Dobby bookmarks. That's a great idea.
Oh, that's cute too.
That would be fun. Somebody also gave me the suggestion of knitting some bookmarks. I'm going to have to look online to see what I can find in the way of a free pattern.
There you go.
Yeah. Emily says, and my aunt, she does sewing and she's got fabric for years, like that she just needs to get rid of, right? So she's actually going to make some book sleeves.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because she knows I use them, and she's like, right? So I said I would bring her over some of the ones I have so she can get an idea of the size, because she used to make us all eyeglass cases. So she's going to do some of those and some, so I thought, oh, that was nice of her to do that. So it gives her something to do too, right? I said, make some. I said, I'll sell them on Etsy for you. Emily says, I was once stuck 6 times by 3 different people at 2 different sites before they got a vein when I had blood-borne pathogen testing after a student bit me. Oh, good Lord.
Oh, my gosh.
You are a hero, Emily. That's all I have to say. Anyone who's a teacher is a hero. Emily says, I also once had a needle in my arm for 30 minutes while the nurse was tapping it, trying to find a vein. That's the worst part, is when they're get it in and then they hunt around.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Agree.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'd rather you just try again.
Yeah.
I have deep veins that roll and stretch marks that feel like veins. Yep. Kim says, my labs always have to be in my hands. Tiny veins and they roll, just like my mama. I think twice someone managed my arm. The good one is on this side, but unfortunately it's got so much scar tissue now that it's tapped out at this point. I remember the one time they went after my feet and I just burst into tears. It was the most horrible thing I've ever had done.
Oh.
Angel says, I'm just like you, Sarah, that you have to use the butterfly. Yep. And I do request it now.
Yeah, just get it over with.
Yeah. This is what you need. Let's just do this properly. Kristen says you are talking about Big South of the Border sign. Yes, it's in North Carolina, right? And it's before you go into South Carolina, I think.
No, it's right as soon as you get into South Carolina.
Is it?
I
Okay.
believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, but the signs are for like miles and
Oh,
miles.
yeah,
and
going up.
Yeah. And it's
We
like
were never allowed to. My mom always said when we were driving to Florida, we were never allowed to ask, "Are we there yet?" until we saw the south of the border sign.
Oh, hey, how's April doing?
She is doing well. She's doing better. She has an appointment on April 10th to go to the doctor to see what her next steps are going to be. But
okay.
it did not stop her on Saturday from suggesting a bike ride, the first one of the year. I said, I want to take it easy and just have fun. That meant 30 miles to her.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped at 7 and I just sat down and I listened to my book while she rode around.
Oh, that's nice.
I was like, I'm totally fine with it. So she's not letting anything
Mm, she needs to
calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, eyes open, stop it.
I did tell her, I was like, oh, Tiffany said, asked how you were doing. She goes, books down, eyes up, Tiffany. Oh, tell her I said thank you.
And now I tell her to bikes away and sit down.
I'm going to tell her that too. Yeah, she's out of control. And that was after we were on Friday. Listen, Friday we were at MMA fights. Saturday she's doing a 30-mile bike ride. And then she just did a 5K on Sunday.
As you do.
Right.
That's more than I've done in my entire life.
The reason I asked is because she hurt herself recently.
Yeah.
Clearly it's not stopping her.
No. Well, it stops me. The fact that she was in the hospital stops me. You know what I mean? Like,
right? Good Lord.
Yeah, she's doing good.
Monet says the woman in this book talks about this guy and the way that he leans against the wall like he's boneless, like over and over again. It's like, we get it already.
Monet, you know what? There are some things in romance books that once they've said it once, we don't need to hear them say it again.
Right.
And I don't know why. There are certain authors that they have like a catchphrase, and I don't know.
They 100% do
about themselves. They might not even notice it, but I don't know how an editor hasn't pointed out and is like, stop it.
How do editors not let the sentence, I let out the breath I didn't know I was holding, pass? Ever. Never mind the multiple times in the same book.
I know.
Recently
I was just wondering if maybe some editors think that, oh, look, this is a catchphrase or this is something they use all the time, so we'll just let them use it and that'll be their thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're wrong, but yeah.
They're wrong.
Very wrong.
End of sentence. Oops.
I'm like, and once I read that enough, seriously, that actual phrase, I'm like, can you just keep holding it? Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm fictional. I'm not wishing death upon anybody. Look,
no, because when you turn blue and pass out,
it's okay. I'm not.
You'll start breathing again.
I think whenever it's in adult books, I just kind of like roll my eyes or whatever. But it was when I read it in a middle grade book that I was like, no.
I know when I read that Babysitters Club book, I was like, really, Stacy? Yeah. Really?
It would be Stacy or Dawn.
Stacy?
Dawn.
Cajun says a lot of left-handed people have that issue with left and right.
Me, yes.
I'm right-handed, but I have to like think about it for a minute.
Kim says I use maps when going to my daddy's for the time and mileage and telling me that I need to change routes. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, my dad, he cracks me up because he's like, don't know where to go to like a doctor or something new or whatever. And he's like, well, put it on the, on the GPS on my phone. And I'm like, I'm not going to until we get close enough because they'll tell you that you're supposed to go this way. And he's like, I don't want to go that way. I'm going this way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like then it'll have to reroute and he will do it like 5 or 6 times because he's going to go his way until he gets to where he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And he wants to use it. So I'm like, I'm not even touching it until we get farther.
Smart.
I laughed the one time I had a Uber driver picking me up from the hospital. And so when you leave Toronto, there's a main, to get to the highway, there's like this big like other highway called the DVP, the Don Valley Parkway, and it is notorious. You can hit that thing at 2 a.m. and it is still jam packed. Like it is constantly busy, right? So the UPS driver or the Uber driver had it set so like it would reroute around. We were like on a tour of the city. Like we were going down side streets that were literally just houses, and I was getting slightly concerned that I was being taken to my death.
Because it's just it's that far out of the way that you're just
Yeah. And then finally he looks at me in the rearview mirror, and a lovely Russian gentleman. He says, "We're getting a nice tour, aren't we?" I said, "Yes, sir, we are." Just be nice to the man and he'll be nice to you. You know?
exactly.
Carmen says, "And why are street signs so small and hidden behind trees or bushes?" Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I know,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep. BK says Steve's initials are Sam, and I've heard every initial combination possible in my lifetime. Carmen, Storm, do you eat burgers? Question mark.
Yes. And like, and okay, and on the meatloaf, because like I left before I got finished, I will put ketchup like on my plate to dip in or something. I just don't like the burnt, warm, cooked ketchup or whatever that you put on the meatloaf.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's understandable. Okay. It says Storm, no gravy? Who hurt you?
I've never liked, I don't like white gravy or brown gravy or anything on my mashed potatoes.
Mm. Do you like biscuits and gravy?
Yes.
Okay, we can still be. Okay, we're good.
Let's still be friends. Cajun says, I do white bread and mayo on my meatloaf sandwich. Interesting.
Sounds like something
I've
my
never
father
thought about
would do.
mayo. I think my dad may have used mayo on his meatloaf sandwiches, but yeah,
Actually sounds
definitely.
pretty good.
Mhm.
PK laughing. Carmen says, make your meatloaf sandwich like a burger.
Mhm.
Cajun says, I don't do gravy on potatoes either, or any food. So you guys will not be having any poutine if you ever come up here. Fair enough. Okay.
Love it.
Oh,
And that's the is that like, is it white gravy on fries or is it
no.
brown?
We don't have white gravy up here.
Or is it brown? Then what is it?
Yeah, it's beef
Brown.
gravy or whatever. Yeah.
See, I'm not sure if I'd like that.
I've never
when-
had it, but it sounds delicious.
Oh, it's delicious.
I would
when
try it. I would try it because I mean, you know, maybe, but
It's cheese and French fries and gravy. Like, what's
Yeah.
the problem?
well, see, that's the thing is like I've never had brown gravy on my French fries. So I don't
See,
know.
okay, so when I went to Chicago and we went to Steak and Shake, I got a grilled cheese sandwich and French fries, and I said to the girl, "Can I please get gravy on the side?" And the look that I got, because it would have been white gravy,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
My friend, right? And my friend asked for vinegar for her fries.
Mhm.
And she goes, "Well, we use that to wash the floors." I'm like, how do y'all not put vinegar on your I don't, because I don't like it.
I don't do that either. I've always seen that at the fish places and stuff, and I'm like, why would I put vinegar?
Oh, my father loved malt vinegar. Loved
I was
malt
about to
vinegar.
say, well, malt vinegar, yeah, like in at fairs and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But regular vinegar,
Yeah, but I had to explain to the girl, like, I wanted like beef gravy, and like she's like, "We don't have that here," and I'm like, "Well, I'm in a strange place now."
it's not in
I don't-
Kansas.
But my grandmother used to make what we call chicken and whiz bangs, which was like white gravy, chicken on biscuits, which is one of my very favorite meals ever. So basically, you know, chicken and biscuits.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Crystal says, got 37% into my book, folded up clothes. My grandmother is the same way. I have to tell them to get blood out of her hand. Google said my house is on a logging road on my property. It's down the road. Google doesn't know anything.
Mhm.
Mary Jo says, we had meatloaf frequently. My mom makes it, and it's so good. Monet, this woman in my book I'm reading is a teacher. Why not go to the other teachers and ask for help for the summer school she's doing?
That would make sense.
People don't do things in books that make sense, unfortunately.
Well,
Maybe
because
said-
then the book would be like this big instead of
True.
That's what I always say too. Yeah, if they had a conversation, the book would be over.
Mhm. True. Very true.
Every romance novel ever.
Yep.
Nadine says to Cajun, white bread, mayo, and meatloaf are the way I make those sandwiches too. PK says, I think the editor has caught so many other irritating things, they've given up on some of the lesser ones. Editor fatigue. That's fair.
True.
Cajun. I swear a book last week had a dog letting out a breath. A dog. A dog people, a dog.
Okay, that made me laugh.
Mary Jo says, currently eating leftover
Ooh.
birthday cake from my great nephew's first birthday. Aw.
Ooh.
Oh, that's sweet.
And happy birthday to him.
Mhm.
He says, I know. I have to think left, right, because I was an assistant director, stage manager, and tasked with keeping the book of the play. So looking at stage, left is right and right is left.
Ooh. I could do left and right, but if I have to figure out like the next letter in an alphabet, I find myself like singing the song.
Oh, I have to do the whole thing.
And I'm like, may the Lord be blessed. I never get pulled over and asked. I'm like, you have to say the alphabet backwards. I'm like, I can't even say it forwards.
My mom was always worried about getting pulled over because she can't walk a straight line to save her life when she's sober. So she's like, they would think he was drunk because she'd be out there trying.
That's when she would do a perfectly straight line when she was drunk, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Great.
She's like, if they ever think I'm drunk and they make me walk the line, they're going to put me in jail.
Oh, that's hilarious. One of my first jobs, my first office job, my first day I was tasked with filing.
Mhm.
And again, same thing, Tiffany, like A, B, C, D. So I'm getting all these invoices and I'm like, okay, this is F. All right. So I got, to find out where it would go. So after like an hour, I'm like only this much into it. And they come by and they're like, do you need some help? And I'm kind of like, she goes, hold on. She comes back with like this giant ruler thing that has all the letters of the alphabet on it.
There
So
we
you
go.
put the papers in them and then you take them out and then you can file them. So I found them in this little thing first. That's exactly what my poor stupid blonde brain needed.
Like, where were you like so many minutes ago?
Yeah, where were you when I started this?
Could have had this done already.
Yeah,
Mary Jo says, agreed to Carmen. Can they just trim the tree or bush so we can see the sign?
Around here where I live, though, it's like, the sign's the like pole's still there, but the sign is missing.
True.
Because somebody thought, oh, look, I'm going to steal the sign.
Yeah, that's a funny looking sign.
Honestly, I thought the sign said 95 miles per hour, but it's not here anymore. So,
My bad.
Mhm.
And I don't know how you guys are, but around here, our stop signs are full of holes.
My friend told me that she really is dyslexic, but she told a cop that she was dyslexic and read the speed sign backwards. It's like, did it work?
No.
I thought it said
She really is
500.
dyslexic, so maybe she did, but I was like, she's like,
Yeah, no, didn't
But
work.
they probably heard that one too many times. So if somebody actually, was, they're probably like, whatever.
But thanks for trying.
Good try.
It says traffic was bad enough Friday that maps took me off the highway. I was close enough that I was good.
Nice.
Carmen says she's drooling. Kim says, I don't do gravy either or anything. I want butter on my biscuits.
ooh.
I like butter and jam on my biscuits.
Yeah, like for breakfast. Delicious.
Yeah,
Katie
malt
says,
vinegar is very different. Yeah.
Oh, no, then white vinegar. I agree. My husband
100%.
does both. Like, we'll do either or, but my dad was
I'm just not putting any vinegar on my french fries. Thank you very much.
No, the smell of it is enough for me. Thank you very much. No. Carmen says, yes, Mary Jo, I agree. And Kim says, good night, y'all. Determined to finish this book tonight. Good night, Kim.
Get it done.
Lost Coffee Mug says, I have to do the same thing with the alphabet. Yes.
Mhm.
Anita says, I was once pulled over by a cop and they asked me to walk the line, and I told them because I have cerebral palsy, I couldn't walk it straight, whether I'm drunk or sober, so he let me go. Aw. Cerebral, yeah, I figured that's what you meant. So we are at the end of the comments, ladies. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I know the three of us have already talked, some of us have already talked about what we got coming up this week, but Lee, you weren't there yesterday. Do you have anything coming up this week on your channel?
Tomorrow I have a March wrap up.
Yay!
Very
nice.
And then I'll just be in old school April for what feels like the rest of my life. But
there you go.
I'm determined to get my team as many points as I can.
You can
All
do
right.
it. And I did post something on my community tab, and in case you didn't see it, there's no vlog today, no vlog tomorrow. Just too much going on. I'll be back to it on Wednesday.
What am I supposed to do in the morning, Sarah?
I'm sorry.
I know, because
Now I'm going to be on time for work tomorrow. Come on.
I'm sorry. You can blame me.
How dare you?
I should put up a little 5-minute thing. Lee, this is for you, and I'll just go to the camp. According to Presley, just sleeping. Like Garrett, do something entertaining.
Right?
No, not that. No. It's not OnlyFans.
That's funny.
UK says watch her AM show. Lee.
I've already left for work by that time because of the time difference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm already
That's
gone.
right.
I know it's so yeah.
So is it too late to join in on the old school April thingy?
No.
Like I don't have a TBR, but I'm just seeing like if I read a book, if I can fit it on a prompt and get.
And you will be able to. Yeah, absolutely be able to.
All right, so I'm gonna go do that now. All right,
And
ladies.
there's like what 45 prompts. You can at least find 1 point for your book somewhere.
At least
Somewhere.
yeah.
Okay. That'll be my challenge. To
There's
find
like 45 prompts, and I think I have like 11 books, and I fulfill every prompt. So
Really?
you're good.
Oh, awesome. Okay, I'm off to check this out. All right,
Very
ladies, and everybody in the chat, thank you all so much, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
thanks, Sarah. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.